Folks, thank you for your patience as the Halo Rec League works to continue to bring you the best content that we can. We are in a match-off here in the Centennials versus Inept. First match-off, King of the Hill at Streets. I'd like to welcome you all to tonight's event. And if this is your first time joining us and you've never heard of the Halo Rec League, be sure to check our Discord out. Right now, the Centennials versus Inept getting here between this first matchup. Let's see the Rockets exchange as we see none other than the Centennials coming through kind of early on with Dr. Killtacular, 3 kills already on the board. Coming through very strong for his team. But it looks like Inept's going to be able to come up, kind of step up here early on in order to get an early lead. Trying to get that first point, and they're working really hard to do so. They're wanting to really make sure that they're able to come through really strong here early on in this game. We see Zone Runner currently with 3 kills also on the board. Currently one of the top fraggers in the lobby. He gets his second death on the board. And we see Dr. Killtacular's perspective here as he pushes up this hallway toward the King of the Hill, toward the hill. Looks like really close right now. Centennials very, very close to getting their first point on the board. And it's just, you know, it's only been a minute and a half in. And Edgy here with the shotgun as he's watching this. Good control here as the rotates are real. And just an impressive situation here early on in this game as Centennials has been able to almost nail this point down. Squirts is narrowly averting this initial point loss by just keeping this hill. Look at all of them right now together. Inept really coming together. The team name could not be more inaccurate as, you know, as Centennials was approaching to get that point, they really came together there, and they're pushing this. They're holding this still as a team. You have good spread here. They're all over this street. They're able to maintain this control, and my gosh, if they're able to come through and get this point, no, right at the last moment, we see none other than Centennials narrowly averting that point loss. It is still very close, but they are able to confirm that first point on the board. The Centennials will go down in the history books as getting the first point in tonight's series of match between Centennials and Inept. Dang. Weird interaction there in the hallway as we saw the Rockets exchange kind of leave the little bit to be desired. Right now with 2 players, make that 3 players now down on the side of Centennials. You know, right now Inept is really going to want to take a little bit of a repercussive approach and really try to be hitting on the enemy as much as they can. They have to press, and they have to press hard. They need to be able to get this time and respond to this. Because, you know, getting a lead in King of the Hill, that's a very uphill battle to try to recover from. It's so difficult to maintain the control stance that you need in order to maintain that hill, as we've seen both of these teams kind of neck and neck, staying at one another, and making sure that they're not out of this game yet. This is a Contender Premade series match here between Inept and Centennials. We are in Week 7, Season 5 of the Halo Rec League, and I want to thank everybody for joining. If you'd like, check out Discord. Hit !Discord and check out how you'd like to get into Season 6, which is coming up here shorter. It's actually closer than we think it is. BR exchange. Really strong presence here. Really close to going for their second point. The Centennials kind of coming through and really it seems to be a little bit of a struggle here as Edgy Edamame gets taken out, and they didn't have a great presence as they entered the site, but man, they were still able to get control, and looks like they're going to be able to reconfirm their second point on the board. Oh, the BR from Turd Ferguson almost neutralized the opportunity there for Centennials to get it, but we're able to get it as S1B27 comes through with that point. And as he rotates toward the B side, he gets taken out by Dr. Killtacular. Now currently in a position of scoring is the team of Inept. And with 2 points down, though, Inept really has they gotta answer with the same thing that they've been delivered for the first half of this game. You know, if they don't, you know, if they get a trade, then they're gonna be. This is an uphill battle right now for Inept, as Centennials is taking an early lead here and confirming that they're not going to go down without a fight. In fact, this presence here early on has kind of been domineering. Really like the fact that Inept right now is over half of the way toward their first point. But, you know, already 2 points down, and Centennials able to respond to that initial land grab. And now, you know, Centennials is back in that position of power, and the entire Inept team is coming up in the market district right now as they pushed right by the, I forget what that call-out's called. I think it's called ATM. There's an ATM machine there. Commercial district. Edgy, Edamaim with a nice BR. 2 players down on both sides now. Both teams are very close to the same progress for this hill capture. And Inept doing exactly what he needs to do. Squirts sitting on that hill, collecting some time. They need to get a point on the board, and they need to do it, and they need to do it now. Squirts barely able to, well, he tried to avoid defeat, but unfortunately his head was an obvious magnet for that bullet. Edamaim coming up here with the shield. Good trades there from Spidey HCS as he takes a fall. And really, it's kind of crazy how much Inept has to continue to go balls to the wall in order to get their first point on the board, and they're going to do that. Dr. Kiltacular and Edgy Edamaim. Good nade there from Spidey HCS. He comes up, he almost gets the double. He is going to get the double. Look at this, Spidey HCS coming through almost super strong there, narrowly averting that, but unfortunately, for him at least, fortunately for the team of Inept, they're able to get their first point on the board, and now we have a market district ATM hill for the 4th hill in this series. Between these 2 Contender Premade teams, Centennials and Inept, here in Season 5, Week 7 of Halo Rec League. I want to thank everybody for joining me. And Centennials, they've been really strong here in the beginning part of this game, but Inept, they're able to respond, you know, right now still holding that control. Not very much control has been obtained throughout this hill yet. I think we've seen a lot of exchanges and trying to pave a little bit of a smoother road than maybe what each of these teams need to. You gotta, sometimes you need to make the decision to start scoring rather than to make the decision to stop the enemy from scoring. And that, the inability to make that decision effectively can sometimes be what delineates a good team with a great one. By DHCS, the only one currently alive on the side of the Centennials. Gonna try to keep his life too. It's like his teammates are gonna respond. That's a smart move there. He was the only one left. He really could have pushed and overexposed himself and been in a 1 versus 2 or a 3 or 4 versus 1 versus 4 situation. But Spidey biding his time, staying alive, and waiting for his team to respawn was the best decision he could make in that moment. And here's the reward from that decision. He was able to move together as a team, and they were effectively, they wiped. That was a squad wipe right there. We saw all of Inept die at the same moment, and Centennials able to get some time on this hill. 3 players on their team now go down. Dr. Kiltacular on the side of Inept with the rocket. He's going to go for this. He shoots the ATM. He's able to get 1. He's able to get 2. Oh, that's a triple kill on the board from Dr. Kiltacular. As he of course, that nade was like a Hail Mary. He threw that before he even looked to see an enemy was there. He saw in his vision that Kiltacular, that overkill. The zone runner, pushing the hill. He gets taken out. 2 players down on the side of Inept. Double kill on the board for Edgy. That's a triple kill for Edgy. There's been such back and forth responses, but still, the bottom line here, folks, is that out of all of those exchanges, we are going to see Centennials take up the top spot. They progress to their 3rd point. Now only 1 point away from confirming the first victory here in this series of Contender Premade matches here on the Halo Rec League. We're going to see the side of Centennials inching ever closer to their victory. Edgy is holding this post really well right now. The hill is in the middle, so this is an obtuse location to even try to hold. So he's just trying to occupy presence, and then that way he can get some shots on. And as soon as he rotates, it seems like they pushed out. Unfortunately, 2 trades on the side of both, leaving Edgy now having to overexpose as he pushes out. He's using the shock rifle of all things, and he takes the upper hand, gets his killing spree, but then gets a trade and goes down. Centennials, they're halfway toward their final point in this game, and the mid-hill is such a difficult one to control. With 3 players now down on the side of Inept, it's looking more and more like this is going to be an easy confirmation of victory for the side of Centennials. 3-1. No one's currently in the hill right now, but we're gonna see Edgy kind of go for this. He knows his team needs to get some time. He's able to inch a little bit of time out of that. Squirts right there behind him with the great team support, also there to milk time off of that hill. We see Dr. Killtacular. He comes up, gets that presence. Turd Ferguson was able to milk a little bit more time. That was a good teamwork we saw from Inept there. As you know, what's going through their mind is that they really have to make a presence here. It's all or nothing. We're down to the wire. And you can see the evidence of those decisions that they're making. Double kill for Turd Ferguson. He's going to go for the nade, and oh no, he's going to back off. That nade kind of clipped him a little more than he thought, and a well-placed shotgun there as Turd Ferguson takes a fall. First victory is going to be on the board. Going to see 4-1 as Centennials kind of welcome to map 2 of Series 1 of the Halo Rec League's Season 5 Week 7 event. We're going to progress here into the second series between Centennials and Inept. Centennials was able to take a pretty quick win here and capture in King of the Hill, the first game at Streets. And here in the second game, as we progress through this night of Halo on some beer league, some fun that we're going to be having. The Inept kind of respond to this, it seems. Kind of able to take up the cup early on and show that they're still in this. 7-3 currently, up by 4. I mean, that's no major feat. Turd Ferguson, look at him popping off with 4 kills already on the board. Crazy impressive situation here that's unfolding. Hopefully they can maintain that. 8 kills now on the board. Edgy able to get that. Can he get away with his life? Like he's able to. Can Spidey pick him from the side? No, unfortunately. Tito and S1 both pushing up together. Edgy is able to be caught off guard as he gets in the rotate. Dr. Killtacular there for the rotate split. That's just a trade. That's a fancy way to call it a trade. 11-7. Still up by 4. Able to maintain that lead. Really proud of Inept here early on in this Team Slayer game. You know, coming out with the loss of 4-1 in a King of the Hill match in the first series, sometimes that might leave you demoralized and not able to make the decisions of effective, execution that we're seeing, like demonstrated right here from them. I mean, 15-8, almost doubling the overall points from the team that almost ghosted them in the first game. I think that's a great response if I've ever seen one before. Turd Ferguson caught off top mid. He's one shot, but he might be able to recharge here. Then an exchange. Zone Runner. Gets the rotate up. Looks like Dr. Killtacular was able to take out Zone Runner. Dr. Killtacular with the invis. Turd Ferguson watching across. He knows they're going to spawn. He knows they're going to spawn in the utility. You can tell just by where he's looking. HCS, Spider HCS, one shot gets taken out by Turd Ferguson there. Up by a total number of 8 points. I mean, Turd Ferguson still is dominating. 9 total points in the bag. Him and Dr. Killtacular have just been popping off. 7 kills and 2 deaths for the side of Dr. Killtacular. And Turd Ferguson, I'm giving these people a shout out because they've been the person who claims a kill. Dr. Killtacular, their little hurricane, coming very close to confirming that kill. Giving a shout out, though, to these people for confirming the kill when really Squirts and Edgy are there with the assists, with 3 assists from both of them. Can't get the kills if you don't have the support of your teammate, but we see support in abundance. 21-6. Man, Inept is really continuing to maintain the lead. Initially, we saw a lead of 4, and it's actually grown. It's now a lead of 6. So not only are they able to maintain that, they're able to continue to make the advantage. Three down, all 4 down on the side of Centennials. And folks, I think that's going to do something for the overall morality of that team. Now only 2 points away from being down by 10. I mean, if I was on that team, that's exactly how I would look at that score. And I'm going to tell you, quite frankly, I wouldn't be too proud about it. Edgy with the BR, looks onto Tito. Tito goes down. Shots on from Edgy to top mid. It's like a little bit of a trade situation. 2 players down on both sides. The invis is about to spawn. Can Squirts protect the enemy from getting this? Oh, Squirts unfortunately cannot. He takes a fall. Turd Ferguson catching them off guard from the utility room. As he watches this, Zone Runner almost got taken out by that well-placed bounce nade from Turd Ferguson there. Still up by 8, Inept. Such an impressive response to the first round in a series of Contender Premade matches on Halo Rec League. Totally impressive. Man, those dynamo grenades are so effective, not only at getting kills, but they're just super, super useful from a detection perspective. You throw them through a corridor, and if you get a little hit feedback, then you know for certain the enemy's there. IDHCS taking victim to exactly that. The dynamo is just completely strong. Up by a total of 11, though. Inept. Man, someone went super saiyan. Actually, all of them did. Really good assist, well, I guess moderate assist participation. But, you know, Turd Ferguson and Dr. Killtacular, you know, paving such a smooth road for the continued success of their team. (39-30). Still up by 9 points. Inept is only 11 points away from confirming victory and having a great response to the initial win from the Centennials. IDHCS shooting at the back of Edgy, getting shot in the back from someone else. We see a trade on the board, 2 down on the side of Centennials, and it's not looking good. If you're trading this late in the game, then, you know, they might just accept this victory and move on. You know, six more deaths doesn't give you too many tries to come back against trying to get 18 kills. Turd Ferguson getting some shots onto Zone Runner. Zone Runner is able to stave off defeat. By DHCS getting teamed there by an invisible person. That doesn't help your chances of survival. 3 points away currently from confirming victory. Zone Runner's pushing out mid. That's kind of like the decision of somebody who is encouraging the game to end rather than trying to prevent it from such. 3 players now together. So we're going to see a push here up the backside. Edgy, Edamain. Look at this. Look at this. He's holding them off. There's 3 players pushing him, and he's just staving them off with his one rifle. Great position control. Great sense of awareness. Good bouncing of the grenade. Anyone's going to push that. He's going to catch it off guard. Oh, little team shots there. Looks like he got shot from 2 different teams. Then the enemies come in. That's not great timing. Dr. Killtacular able there to confirm the victory. 15 points on the board. Number 3 as we progress here into Season 5, Week 7. Halo Rec League. Overshield already in the possession of Tito-Matic, and Tito-Matic's pushing this in the grand hallway. There with his teammates to support. A little confused at the sequence of events that just unfolded. But Tito-Matic seems to be getting back to his BR roots as Squirts takes a fall. Meaning his acquisition of that Overshield was quite profitable for his team. Still, the Energy Sword is on the map, and I believe there is a GA currently, so we won't see the usage of that. However, the opposite side of the map, we'll see the Spiker. I don't believe the Spiker is under a gentleman's agreement. We'll not use that. For those of you that are watching, it might be revealing of my age to say that we used to not call that GA. That used to be called Honors. But that's about 20 years ago, so understandably the names have changed. However, I am surprised that in this woke world it's not something more gender agnostic. 10 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock. Neither flags have been touched in this capture the flag match here at Aquarius. The Repulsor almost narrowly averted his defeat. I think that was a pretty good move there from S1B27. I mean, that was just like the last ditch attempt to try to mitigate death when a nade's bouncing at you, but to have the awareness of using all the tools in your arsenal. Edgy Edamom gets caught off guard. The spiker will go down. He was able to touch the flag. Squirts able to touch it as well, but unfortunately not able to get that flag any further than just the first staircase here in the enemy's base. Dr. Killtacular sees 2. He's going to try to survive, but unfortunately he gets overran. The overshield is grabbed by Turd Ferguson. He's able to slap that on his chest prior to getting taken out. Turd Ferguson still alive, putting the BR shots on. That was a good jump. I'm surprised he didn't fall off there. I don't think I would have hit that as successfully as him. Turd Ferguson, as he pushes toward the base, gets hit from behind. S1B27 there to support his team. 2 players now down on the side of Inept here in this capture the flag game at Aquarius. Neither teams have scored. We're only 2 minutes and 30 seconds into this King of the Hill match here at Aquarius, and we're going to see the perspective of Squirts here as he approaches the base. Well-placed nade there from the other team. I'm not exactly sure who threw that, but they were there ready and waiting. Zone Runner grabbing the flag. Looks like him and Titomatic were going to try to go for this grab. He's able to get it, but not quite past the staircase. Once again, that seems to be the point where it's just a point of no return, I suppose. The point of return, because that's where the flag is being returned. Edgy Edamine, with some well-placed nades, trying to get away with his life, continue to guard his team's flag. Man, I want to see this. I want to see this. Let's see this skewer pop off. Squirts sneaking up from behind here. Unfortunately, his teammate saw him out of his periphery. That's FOV settings there for you. In previously in Halo, you used to have a little bit more consistency behind when an enemy would actually see you out of their periphery. You know, you could be at a certain off angle from the front of a Spartan, and they wouldn't be able to see you because everyone had a locked FOV. But now with the variations of settings, we see a little bit higher levels of awareness when it comes to that peripheral target acquisition. Well placed, no scope there from Squirts from behind. Looks like they might be able to get this. Spidey HCS goes for the push. Ooh. What an exchange. Turd Ferguson's currently down. Shields. God. Now, Edgy, this is a time to grab. You have 2 players on your team down. What's the best thing to do? Push more. Let's grab this flag and make the enemy kind of think, hey, we just did real good, but they have our flag. So we didn't do as good as we thought we did. Four minutes and 30 seconds into this capture the flag game at Aquarius. We're going to see neither team here with a point. We have seen some flag grabs, but the furthest the flags have gotten is just to the middle of the map. Not seen them past the middle of the map quite yet. And each one of those, I mean, this is a meritable measurement for which to measure how successful these teams are. Both teams currently have the flag. I think both of them are trying to prove me wrong actively, and praise them for exactly that. Squirts going down. Dr. Killtacular also taking a fall. We're going to see the side of Centennials kind of early on here in this capture the flag match at Aquarius as they step up to the plate and just deliver a performance that answers their second defeat. First point is on the board. The Zone Runner is able to come through with that point capture. And I mean, really, like the game of soccer, that could be all the scoring. We might not see much more. It's for the past 5.5 minutes, which is very near half of this game. We haven't seen any activity. But with now 50% of the map underway and only 1 point in the board, statistically speaking, the chances of another point are about 50%. Dang, though, look at every perspective there that we saw from the side of Inept. Had 2 players on Centennials looking right at them and ready. Well, we saw a little utter defeat there from Spidey as he finds the edge of the map and enters the void. Gets taken, his life gets taken by the Guardians. Overshield in the possession of Zone Runner. Unfortunately, he's able to get a few shots on, but he gets milked. You know, someone's shooting at him as he's looking away. Just able to milk that overshield to where it's no longer beneficial. Turd Ferguson, great performance there as he neutralizes that overshield, is able to get the double kill, and is there to support his team and potentially another grab. Maybe some momentum is what the doctor prescribed. Tito Attic taking a fall from Turd Ferguson. 14 kills and 6 deaths. Look at Turd Ferguson, man. He's currently the superstar for the entire lobby. Goes for the melee. He's able to get it. That's 2 back-to-back double kills on the board from Turd Ferguson. Make that a triple kill. I think that deserves a special sound and maybe even a round of applause from Turd Ferguson, giving us a good show. Dang, 2 players down on the side of Centennials, and this might, oh no, as soon as I thought it might be the opportunity, we see 3 go down and then squirts fall off, and ouch. Inept, not looking so hot right now, as all of them have taken a fall, giving opportunity for Centennials to get some forward map movement, potentially putting this toward their side. Wow, they moved forward on the map all right and got taken out by the wall that is Turd Ferguson. Spidey HCS with the grab. They try to grab this flag once again. He's making the move, and almost halfway toward the progress of this map. Squirts is looking across. Edgy's looking across. The only 2 players left alive, and they now have to rotate through the map. This could be the second point. Yes, folks, that's on the board. We see Spidey HCS with a little sneaky grab, getting the second point on the board, and man, it took about 5.5 minutes for the first point and only about 3 minutes for the next. But man, yeah, it really is looking like Centennials is going to be able to take an early lead. 2-0. Capture the flag at Aquarius. No, actually, this is not Aquarius. This is Catalyst. Double kill. Cetomatic. Love to see it. He's pushing. Inept 2 down. Dr. Killtacular there to stop that, but not there to stop much more than that. Getting traded, and we see Zone Runner and Spidey and S1B. Great nade there from Turd Ferguson. He knew they were going to push the flag. Can he get the double? He is. Ooh, the nade almost got him, but he's able to escape with his life. Great defense, Turd Ferguson, 23-9. Proud of you. Oop. Cetomatic sees the Slayer and executes him without even taking a scratch. Cetomatic, we love to see it. Dr. Killtacular also being spotted by Tito. Dr. Killtacular tries to make the escape once again. Cetomatic gets out unscathed. That's 2 victories in a row. The Skewer in the possession. This looks like some momentum, folks. Not only do they have some success under their belt. Oh, was that a stick? That was very close. Looks like it was a stick. Edgy with the well-placed spike nade. That momentum was just taken out by that one nade. We're going to see a response. Looks like Turd Ferguson's going to want to get a cap here. He pushes it up mid. Spidey HCS is there to take him out, though. Unfortunately, he's not able to get it through that compartment spoke about here early on in the game. Dang. What are you to do about that? Just, what are you to do about that? Zone Runner, man, I think Inept has gotten that almost every time. I think Cetomatic got it one time as well. Turd Ferguson trying to neutralize the benefit that the overshield provides. Double kill, great performance there from Zone Runner, supporting his teammate, coming very close to a triple. I would say that was a very beneficial use of the overshield, and I would be proud of that attempt if I were him. 2 versus 2, 2 down on both sides. See Turd Ferguson. I'm going to say his name a few times there. Turd Ferguson. Like he was not able to come through as strong as he has previously this match. 23 kills on the board currently. Next up behind him is Spidey HCS, currently with 18. 10 assists, though. Very noteworthy performance from the 2 players with 10 assists on both teams. We have Zone Runner as well as Edgy Edamame. Ooh, double kill from Dr. Killtacular. The flags are almost on top of one another. Dr. Killtacular able to touch his enemy's flag, continue to move it forward, as well as return his teammates, or at least get it very close to returning. Tito there, or that was Turd Ferguson there to confirm that. Zone Runner is trying to push the flag, but looks like Inept is going to be able to get a point on the board. That might be too little too late, but it's not too late yet. 35 seconds on the board. It's like Zone Runner is going to grab this flag for his team. The best thing they can do is make sure that that flag's not at home for the enemy to score. Because if they're not going to be there to guard the flag, then they got to be there to assure that they can't do anything with it. Double kill. Turd Ferguson. You love to see it. Oh, wow. And the grapple. He is really pushing in this last-ditch attempt effort. He got to that flag and he touched it. You love to see it. Being conscious of the situation at hand and making the best decision that he can. It was a really good last-ditch attempt there from the side of Inept. We're still in sudden death. Unfortunately, that's going to confirm it. The flag gets returned. And the flag, or the point will go to, as we go into a match of oddball. King of the Hill. It's going to be so funny if Inept wins this, because oddball to me also is more difficult than King of the Hill or capture the flag. The ball, it's basically a hill or a flag, and it can be anywhere on the map, and your teammate can kind of designate that, and you have to keep it away. All you have to do is keep it away from the enemy. Man, Centennials 3 players down early on in this game definitely gives some opportunity here for Inept to come through and get some early time on this ball. And they're going to do exactly that. The ball hasn't moved much, but we are going to see 11-0 as just now Centennials is able to grab that ball for the first time and begin to get some time. And not only were they able to grab it, it looks like just now is he getting that into the attic. I thought that he got it into the pipes. And up here in this top control room near the pipes is a really good position of control. Great support there and awareness from Zone Runner, as he was able to turn around and prevent the ball from dying. Again, great teamwork here from these two. They're working together and moving around like with the synchronization effectively of synchronized swimmers. With 21 points currently on the board, it was just amazing to see them come out of that engagement on top. And Dr. Killtacular with the ball in his possession and 4 assists under his belt. I would say that's overall a pretty impressive performance. Dog collar. You love to see that, because as an observer, we can't actually see where the enemies are using the new Halo Infinite pinging or notification system. But when that medal is awarded, that indicates that someone both called the location and then also finished the enemy that they called or killed the enemy that they called. I think that's a good merit. Anytime you see that medal, that's a merit of someone who's trying to be the best teammate they can be. We're going to see Tito throw the ball off. He's going to mitigate the opportunity of Inept to milk any more time off of this. It's a very close oddball match, though. No points have been acquired, but 36-34 basically percent toward their first point. Dang. That was a great stick there from Turd Ferguson. Little hurricaney, but he's able to come through with the kill. He knows the players behind him. Unfortunately, Tito's able to come out of that on top. The ball is currently in the attic. That nade might have actually hit it down into the pipes a little bit. Yep, Edgy's able to get this. Not for long. He's going to try to fend this off. That's one of the decisions where it's like, should I have decided to score or should I have decided to nade? Really hard to tell at that point. You had an enemy approaching from behind as well. I think you made the right call. 2 players down on the side of Inept. Spidey takes a fall as well. Dang. 3 down on the side of Inept. 2 down on the side of Centennials. Squirts. Not able to come through. Able to come through, rather. Get the headshot. Almost 20 points currently to the lead, and the Centennials move the oddball toward the whirlpool. Get caught by Dr. Killtacular and Squirt. Squirt's going to grab the ball. He's going to move up. 3 players down on the side of Inept. Edgy is just able to stay alive, finally taking a bullet to the head. Turd Ferguson, bottom A. This could be it, folks, right here, as we're going to see the ball still in a position to where it's very close to the A site. Dang, S1B through the nade, and it hit the wall in front of him. Unfortunately, that was what was his undoing. That ball hasn't been touched for a while. There it is. Spidey's going to touch it for a second, make sure it doesn't get returned. The Centennials team had control of the whirlpool. It sure would have been a shame if the ball would have reset due to a timeout. (59-40), still up by 20. Still have yet to see a point on the board. Turd Ferguson, look at this BR manipulation, manipulating the line of sight of what he's exposed to, controlling effectively his first target acquisition, able to get it, able to come through and get the triple. What an execution there. Everything from occluding other targets from his periphery to bouncing grenades in the right location, looking down obtuse lines of sight to see an enemy who's one shot. Ferguson, man. I'm telling you. Ferguson is probably not any better, but Turd is just really weird because you're not turdy at all. You're the opposite of turdy. Dang, but it looks like Inept has kind of been able to minimize this margin here. They're only currently down by 10 points. We do see a current A hold, so this could be the opportunity that really either of these teams could use. Turd Ferguson's pushing up from the control room as he pushes in. Shots on. Looks like the ball did go down and outside. They got the ball out of A. I think Inept thought that they were going to lose control there, so went ahead and got rid of the ball out of the A site, which was, you know, a potentially brilliant move if the enemy did get control. Looks like Turd Ferguson now trying to grab that ball, trying to respond to this, down by 20 points. Inching ever closer to this initial victory here. Dang. He had at least 2 or 3 BRs shooting at his back. And we're going to see a response. Spidey HCS controlling this here behind the hydro pump. And this opportunity might be all that they need in order to confirm this victory with only just a little more than 10 points left. Zone runner pushing out into pit, getting shots on. We see Edgy with a double kill. Squirts is able to grab the ball, and it looks like he was able to throw it off, and that's play ball. He mitigated that defeat effectively just by running in there and getting rid of the ball from the enemy's possession. And now Inept, Turd Ferguson, on the other side of the map is able to grab that ball. Again, collect some time. What a great response there from Inept. I mean, they didn't have control. They didn't break control. They threw the ball off the edge, and damn it, it worked. And only 4 points away from tying this out. What an effective execution from Squirts. The shout-out really goes to Squirts for throwing the ball off at the moment it needed to be thrown off the most. Dr. Killtacular able to get a double kill. The ball is currently down in the pipes. That leaves an opportunity for either of these teams to control it. Tito's going to go for one. It looks like Inept might be able to take this out from under them. Oh, dying at 99 seconds. Oh, no. And with the response, Centennials has the ball in their possession. Are they going to be able to get this answer at 99 seconds with the enemy team? This is only a point. The game isn't even over, and I'm still excited about it. That was how did it? Wow. Wow. What an exchange there at the end. Centennials sticking through with it. That's a lesson. I think there's a good lesson to learn right there is never give up. Centennials could have just been like, oh, it's 99. This is over. We're done. And then just not done the last thing that stopped that from happening. So never give up, even if it's at 99 points. Get the kill. S1, B27 with a double on the board. He's going to grab that repulsor. You know he wants it. Turd Ferguson, what a machine this tonight's event. Well-placed nades on none other than Spidey. Ravaged, I would even say. I mean, Turd Ferguson, I don't know what just killed him. He must have gotten naded through, like, battery window or something from the other side of the map. He definitely didn't have nades coming down that whirlpool hallway. S1, B27 with the ball in his possession. And Centennials, you know, early on in the second round of this game, showing that they're going to continue their first momentum forward. They want to secure this oddball victory because after the nail-biter of the first round, all of these players are under a little bit more stress than I think that they had in store for themselves. Zone runner gets taken out. The ball is in such a contested position. We have 2 players on Inept here in Hydro, 3 players on long haul. Excuse me, 3 players on long haul for Centennials. Centennials is able to come through with the numbers game being on top. S1B27 throwing the ball down the hallway. Oh, Dr. Killtacular almost with a super impressive response. Tito-matic almost taken out by Edgy. Such crazy exchanges there. Edgy kind of taking a fall there as Zone Runner Also takes a trade. Turd Ferguson comes out on top of that exchange. 37 points under the board. Man, I mean, Inept really has to respond to this. There's the response we needed. 2 players down. Make it the third. Come on, Squirts. Get that nade. Ooh, quite close. Quite close. You have Dr. Killtacular there and Sneaky with your help. Squirt's able to get away with that ball. That's some time on the board for Inept. They need almost 30 more points to level and exceed the current playing field. And Spidey HCS gets taken out by the needler of Edgy. Edgy Edamama. Down by 20 points now. Able to get some time on the board. They have to drop the ball for this exchange. Titomatic with a well-placed plasma grenade. Zone Runner is able to grab this ball and run to the other side of the map. Hopefully he didn't put that in a position where the enemy team might want to nab that and use the control that that location provides. Looks like exactly that may happen. Oh no. Like Inept's still going to be able to grab this location. Grab this ball. Edgy Edamame, Edamame, however you say it. He's not going to throw this ball off, is he? Nope, but looks like we got a repulsor shoving some people off the map. 47-35, up by just more than 10 points. Inept is really going to want to take this. Looks like the ball did fall off the map. And now it's up to the response. Spidey HCS spotting the player up top mid. Shots on from behind Spidey as he pushes into the whirlpool and gets taken down by the player he sought to destroy. Only 1 player left on the side of Inept. Edgy Edamame stepping up to the plate as he rotates into the attic to try to get away with his life at least. Gets into an exchange up there as well. Titomatic. Cross map BR shots for like this sometimes feel desperate. It's like, I know this person's just going to hide as soon as he gets down 2 or 3 shots. But it's when your teammate shoots that last shot and your third BR shot is like 2 of them. The team variation is what really delineates the success of any individual player. Taking the lead, look at this. Inept now has the lead, going for the first point in their oddball series. Double kill on the board from Edgy. 2 players down side of Centennials. Great try there from Turd Ferguson. I mean, it's an uphill battle when you're up against that many additional BRs. A perfect on the board from Dr. Killtacular. Currently up by 5 or 6 points. I mean, this is the first time Inept we've seen them on the board with the lead here in this King of the Hill match. Great nade from Dr. Killtacular. Almost taking out 2. Maybe a second amazing nade. I mean, that was pretty impressive. Can he get the triple? Oh, little hurricane there toward the end, but his teammate's able to get that. Not quite an assist for him either, but I'm still going to count it.
Triple kill.
78-47. I'm really proud that Inept has been able to respond to this initial lead by the Centennial team and really focus and prioritize their objective play. And Edgy, not only is he getting points up there in that pipes room, as he was being pushed through the whirlpool hallway, he threw the ball out mid. Like, he's not going to let the teammate be in the pipes with the ball. Not on his watch. Dr. Killtacular with the invis to equip that. That means that's also in the possession of Inept. Dr. Killtacular able to get a kill with the invis, but unfortunately nothing more than that. 90 points on the board. Inept is now down to the final few moments. Turd Ferguson with the noob combo gets 1. He's going to start just shooting plasma pistol bolts at the guy. I mean, that really, really is effectively good way to get their shields down. I think the plasma pistol bolts are basically the assist rifle or the assist gun of Halo Infinite. But now we're in a tied situation. This round is going to be the tiebreaker situation for the oddball here at Recharge. Oh, wow. That was almost a stick onto S1B27. And he gets taken out by Turd Ferguson. The noob combo presence is still back in pocket. Turd Ferguson's going to go for the ball. Unfortunately, not able to grab it for long. Take a fall. 2 players now down on the side of the net. Dr. Killtacular. Like all 4 of them went down, actually. Dr. Killtacular was going to go for a nice BR shot, but teammates' BRs are way more powerful than just mine, or just yours. 7-0. Make that 7-1, as Inept is going to be grabbing their first points here in the final round of this oddball match. Spidey showing his name a little bit, using that grappling hook to get a fling around. Got to peek in. You know, when you come in, when you peek the corner at the speed that a grappling hook can fling you, it's a little bit difficult to predict. Exactly. You're not going to pre-fire that one. It's going to be a tough one to pre-fire. Oh, Turd Ferguson from behind. Look at this. Almost with the nade on the bounce. He is able to get it. Dr. Killtacular with a double kill. He might actually be able to go for a triple here if he looks down at the whirlpool and sees that other player. Yes, he does have shots on, but triple is expired. 2 players still down on the side of, I mean, Centennials did not come out on top there. Inept is still coming out. 26 kills, 26 points on the board. And they have 20 points to their name currently. If Inept can maintain this, this is really when it matters the most. They can get 70 more points on the board. They'll have this win, and we'll be going into match 5. Can you believe it, folks? Great stick there from Killtacular onto Spidey HCS. Right, the double kill, Tito-matic. And you know Dr. Killtacular just saw that player pick up the invis. Let's see how good his awareness is long term. Good enough. He saw him coming. Zone runner kind of running straight at him. If you didn't see it, I would be concerned. 50 points on the board. The A-hold lockdown is legendary right now, and Inept is taking advantage of that. And we see, just as it's mentioned, it seems as though they pushed. They're going to come out of that hold. The killjoy's made as Dr. Killtacular takes a fall for the first time in quite a number. Look at the kills on the board. 35 kills from Edgy. 31 from Turd and Dr. Killtacular. Crazy. 30 kills, though, also from Zone Runner. Give a shout-out on that side. And the assist-to-kill participation on the side of Inept is overall, it just seems a little higher. I do know we have Tito-matic currently with a lobby record of assists with 18 currently assists in his pocket. Man, is he not there? Team firing with his teammate or what? Inept still controlling this. Now down to 20 points remaining. They have to drop the ball as Centennials is pushing through the pipes. Great nade. Unfortunately is not going to confirm it. Inept still in a position of scoring. The nade from across the map will maybe reduce his shields a bit, but other than that, it's pretty inconsequential. Approaching the 15-second till victory mark as Edgy, Edamaim, moves the ball back toward the A site. Dang here, folks. We're right toward the end of this game, and he really had to do a last-ditch attempt to throw the ball out. Tito-matic with the Hail Mary nade, bouncing it under the bridge. And that's going to be what neutralizes the opportunity for Inept to stomp this last round out, but narrowly averting this defeat. It seems as though Centennials is now taking this game seriously. They're holding the ball for the first time in almost 3 minutes. Dang. Spidey HCS with the invisibility in tow. He's going to get some shots on a 1. Make that a double as he gets squirts. Edgy. Holding the ball. Spidey tries to push, but it's not enough. And folks, we're going to be going into round 5 here as we're going to see into the 5th and final game of this series. All right, Centennials. Are you going to confirm this, or is it going to be Inept? Inept's record is currently 2-4. Centennials' record is currently 4-2. And we are currently in the 5th series of this match. Inept could still be in this. Centennials going for their 5th win of the season. Really need to get that win under the toe in order to maintain this absolute monstrosity of a record. 5-2. I would love to have that record, to be honest with you. 3 players now down on the side of Centennials. That almost 4. I mean, the timing there was just about perfect. He died right as his teammates respawned, so I'm going to call it a squad wipe. But once again, we're seeing 7-2 game. Man. I mean, Inept has been there slaying. I'm telling you. You know, the second Slayer match of the night. I wonder if it was going through, Centennials' mind that there would be a deja vu moment of being up by 4 or down by 4 in a Slayer match against Inept. Currently, Edgy taking the lead of the lobby with 4 kills under his belt. Centennials is doing a great job of not making the same mistakes that they did in the first Slayer match of this series. They've been able to stay within a narrow margin early on, and that's extremely important. Zone Runner, what a beautiful transition of aiming. Like, that was gorgeous looking. Just transitioned from one hedge straight to the other, got a double kill, and got out of there. Spidey HCS. The Heat Wave, unfortunately. Heat Wave versus 3, and there's not much you can do there. Tito-Matic out here by the mannequins, by the brutes, able to get a double kill. He's going to turn around. His teammates are able to get that overshield, and they're actually able to maintain a little bit of control here as they're up by 3. Going here into this final series of the match. What an intense game so far. Squirt's getting taken out by the strong side of Tito-Matic, and the Heat Wave is now in his possession. He's going to go for this rotate as soon as he possibly can. Two players now down, 3 now down on the side of Centennials. And it's funny, 3 players just died, but they're still up by 2. That's an indicator of a little bit of a success that they've been seeing compared to previous Team Slayer matches tonight. Dang, that heat rifle can do some damage in the right hands, and Squirts, I think I've seen some indicators that his hands are definitely right. The Edgy, he's going to take a kill from there. He knows that there are other players, so he didn't push too much. Really smart, and he's going to sit in this position, giving his teammates the opportunity to support. Nope, they're actually going to push together. Ooh, just caught off guard to the left. It looks like Edgy didn't see the player coming out from underneath the tunnels, and that's going to catch them both off guard. Fortunately, him and Dr. Killtacular both did not see that. Squirts is going to go for the sniper. Ooh, not quite able to get away. 23-18 up by 5. Currently, Centennials, you know, they lost the first Team Slayer game, but their performance so far this game is indicating to me that they're not going to let that happen again. We're in the 5th and final series of tonight's match between Centennials and Inept. One other series still yet to come, so stay tuned. 24-22. They're still in this. Inept has actually come back. They were down by about 7. Now down by about 2. Squirts with the sniper in tow. Is he going to go for the snipe? Oh, not quite. Plasma pistol hits him from the side, and he gets taken out by 2 at tower. 25-22. Dang, that overshield's really beneficial. Unfortunately, I don't think it was maximally utilized. 27-24, still up by 3. Really proud to see Centennials still maintain this lead, which is exactly what they need to do. They've won all of the difficult games tonight. Well, I guess I can't say that with Inept coming out of the oddball win. I think that's probably... I'd like to take a poll on general consensus of game type difficulties. I would rather the poll be placed on like teams like Contenders and Challenger Premade series like what we're watching tonight, because these are teams that play together, set off a remote detonation. You love to see that. But I just kind of wonder what the general consensus is. Well, what is the most difficult game type to play in Halo? Is it an objective game? Is it just Slayer? Maybe is there a certain map that's more difficult to be effective as a team? 30-30, we're tied here in this Team Slayer match at Live Fire. We're in the final match of the series between Centennials and Inept. We're in week 7 here, folks. This is the final week before playoffs. And you can tell these teams are really trying to take everything that they can to the plate. This season has been grueling for some. And it's been an opportunity to show our strengths for others. Zone Runner able to get that overshield. Kind of sets them up for being a little bit of points here. Wow, Turd Ferguson with the nade, though. Onto that. Wow, he's not able to... That nade didn't help him live, unfortunately. Zone Runner getting hit by a well-placed nade. I'm telling you what, Inept's nades are on par. I saw Turd Ferguson and Squirts both throw nades right there that were pretty legendary. Up by 4, though, now. Two goes down on both sides. And just absolutely riveting. We see some stellar performance here for this series of match. You know, you think I hate to label that because it sucks. I wouldn't know that these players weren't, you know, Diamond or Onyx. I really wouldn't. Zone Runner, so he pushes up. He's able to get some shots on from the back. He gets taken out as well. Up by 2 now. Man, we see Centennials coming through really strong here. Are they going to be able to confirm this victory? We're now down to the wire here in the series of 5 matches between Centennials and Inept. Which team is going to be able to take this series? Well, it's going to be decided here in the coming moments, folks. I'd like to thank you for joining us as we're about to watch this unfold. Zone Runner with the trade. Guess that's positive movement, but not particularly favorable. Dr. Killtacular with the overshield in tow gets away with his life and with his team as they congregate back here in the house. Oh, and the Achilles heel of the plasma pistol is made. And, man, that plasma pistol play was stellar. That's exactly how you should treat someone controlling the overshield. These teams are staying toe-to-toe right now. All of them are together. 3 versus 3. It's down to the wire. Looks like there's exchange made on both sides. 49-48. One more kill is needed. And that's it, folks. A triple kill on the board from Zone Runner is going to confirm this victory as the series of matches confirms